Pantalones Organic Tequila. Because tequila is fun. Pantalones.
Stay connected to Texas athletics and the 40 acres with the LHN app. Watch original content, behind-the-scenes access, interviews, press conferences, highlights, classic Longhorn moments, and select live events. It's your home for Texas athletics content all year long. And with new stories and features dropping all the time, there's always something new to discover. Best of all, the LHN app is free to download and watch. Download the LHN app today and take Texas athletics with you wherever you go. Hook 'em.
Get rewarded just for shopping with Simon Plus. Don't miss Memorial Day sales at Simon Premium Outlets and Mills. You can get points at scores of stores, access to exclusive offers, and exciting surprises. You've got an extra day off, so make it pay off with the best deals from brands you love all in one place. It's a summer kickoff thing. Join today at simonplus.com. Rewards program terms apply. See simonplus.com for details.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. What are your rights and responsibilities? Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. I've been scouting these big carriers for a minute now, and I've seen them pull the same play 1,000 times. They promise you the world, then hit you with a price hike right when the game gets tight. But Boost Mobile, their $25 a month unlimited wireless plan is the most consistent player on the floor. No contracts, no price hikes. Unlock the savings today at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months of the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
Life after cancer matters. Livestrong is here for survivors and those who love them. More at livestrong.org.
Weezer wants to take you to court. The pickleball court. iHeartRadio has your chance to win a trip to New York. With premium seats to see Weezer live in concert. Plus, you're going to get to play pickleball with Weezer. All thanks to Weezer, Crush Music, and Live Nation. For your chance to win, tap the contest tab and enter while listening to us on iHeartRadio. Pack your paddle and prepare to be picked with Weezer and iHeartRadio.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDDT AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Siege Wemby doesn't go to the goal. Clock at 5. SGA contested shot. Knock it down. That is a tough bucket there. Hartenstein had a body on him. SGA got inside with a bump in the basket. Still free. Keldon Johnson comes away with it. Pass for Wembanyama, take it away. Here comes Caruso the other way. SGA!
You're like Usher or somebody. Yeah. Smooth.
Long time.
Oh, no.
SGA lost him. Oh. Stop it, SGA. Kane waiting. The action begins as the clock hits 10. Gilgeous-Alexander on the attack. Pulls back. And hits. Champs even the series. 122-113. Oklahoma City took the lead with 11 seconds left of the opening quarter. San Antonio knocked on the door multiple times. Never surpassed them. Spurs will get some ice, get some rest, get back to San Antonio late this evening. and rest up for Game 3 Friday night.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, Mo City, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas.
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Throwback Thursday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app. Coming up in this first hour, we'll be talking Spurs as they fall to OKC. Aaron Rodgers is back. But what does that mean? Eric Henry of Horns 247 joins us at 7:34. Of course, we got to talk to the head baseball coach, Jim Schlossnagle, with our weekly segment with him at 8 a.m. Fab Five member Ray Jackson talks NBA playoffs. And, of course, we've got bigger games this weekend. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, we've got our guy Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, if you want to leave a voicemail, all you got to do is use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeart Radio app. If it's good enough, you might hear it on air. If it's not, hey, you could be driving in Georgia and drive fast and try to get yourself in trouble. But I digress. I think if you live in the state of Georgia, you get the right to drive fast until you go too fast. But we'll talk a little bit about that later. Let's get into it. Last night's matchup. The Spurs fall to the OKC Thunder, 122-113, and the role players stepped up for OKC. The ones that we kept talking about that needed to make some plays, they made some plays, and the physicality of the game just got to a point where they could not rebound and get back and win that ball game. And so they end up losing. The series is tied 1-1. They still control home court advantage because they'll play again tomorrow night in San Antonio. So it will be an interesting look for this team.
All right, I've saw a lot of basketball in my life. And when you see Oklahoma City's bench play, I don't know if I've ever seen a bench as good as Oklahoma City's bench. The Detroit Pistons during the three-peat, they had the Vinnie Johnsons and guys, like they had a lot of good guys, Sally on the bench. But this bench, man, is guard heavy. Like Mitchell, I think he could start somewhere right now, like at least 20 teams. Out of the 30, he's that good. Every time that the Spurs starters go to the bench, now that they have a couple of injuries, the guys that are coming off the bench are not the equals of the guys that the Oklahoma City Thunder are putting out there. So they're going to have to like either play more minutes or they're going to have to, not have as many breakdowns as the Spurs had. The Spurs had a lot of turnovers still. They got to clean all of that stuff up. But this bench, man, like the depth is just too much.
Well, the thing about it is, you talked about playing more minutes. Champagnie played 36, Wemby played 37, Vassell and Castle played 38. And then the only reason why Harper didn't play as much is because he got hurt. So they played plenty of minutes. I think the biggest caveat to your point is the bench scoring was ridiculous. 57 points off the bench for OKC and 25 for the Spurs. That's not going to do the most. That's not going to do the most for the San Antonio Spurs. Yeah. You mentioned the turnovers. The turnovers is the key to both of those games. The Spurs are averaging 21 turnovers in each game, averaging 21. They have 42 turnovers in 2 games. 20 of those turnovers belong to Stephon Castle. he is the one that has to control the basketball. He's the one that has the ball in his hands 90% of the time and kind of leading this team. He's got to do better things and better reads. Last night, 8 assists, but 9 turnovers. He was minus 11 on his plus minus. So you start looking at this team and you're like, okay, I'm not giving up. There's no doubt about it. But if you control the basketball, this isn't even close. So here is SGA in the post game talking about the matchup and how they got back on track.
Shay, after game one, you said we have got to be better, me in particular. How are you and your teammates better tonight?
I was still okay, but the guys brought it tonight, knowing what it would have meant if we lost this one. We brought the energy from the jump. Guys are ready to play. Didn't get discouraged by the runs they made. Obviously, they're a good team. They're going to make runs. We just kept fighting, stuck with it, and we were able to pull out a W.
And you said you were just okay, but a minute ago you told everyone to calm down. Why do we see confidence in that moment?
Yeah, I just try to get to something I'm used to getting to. Wasn't as efficient as I wanted to be down the stretch with my movements, my energy, but nonetheless, we got a W. Is all you can ask for. Now we got to go on the road against a really good team and go get one.
You all made a pivot defensively, hard on Wemby. What kind of impact did Isaiah have tonight?
I'm not sure if it was good, to be honest. Yeah.
Break that down for me.
Say again?
Break that down for me. Why was his impact not good?
It was all right. It was good. It was good. We wanted to switch it up, give him different looks. That's what it's about. When you play against good players, you got to switch it up. Make sure the rhythm's not the same, and we did that tonight.
Appreciate the honesty. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Appreciate the honesty.
Bro.
Yeah, he was
man.
I don't think he was that good. But, hey, it's not for me to judge. You know what I'm saying?
It's not for me.
It's not for me. It is what it is. But you know who did get a chance to judge it? It
Who?
was Wembanyama, and he talked about the defensive adjustments when Hartenstein was on him because, Hartenstein was just trying to be a pest.
As I just said, it's all in the scouting. I have to trust the scouting. We have to trust it and do our work early. It's it's a straight effort.
He's so mad. He was so mad last night.
Man, they hockey checked and they play hockey most of the game. And a lot of that is because there's nothing you could do. Right now, they got the team that they got. And Wemby's going to have to play more like a big man, but in order for that to happen, they got to do run-throughs. And when I say a run-through, and y'all may call it something else, but you have to send one of those guards or one of those other forwards to run right across the front of whoever's covering Wemby so he can get a breath, so he can get a step. And now he's one-on-one with this guy, and the guy's on his heels. Like, they have to help him. They have to set him up because he's not physically stronger than Hartenstein. And how about the Knicks letting Hartenstein go and keeping Robinson? Man, that's a no-brainer. And they just made so many mistakes, and I think that's why they're in the situation that they're in. They both in the playoffs. They both in the conference finals.
I'm like, that's what I'm sitting here
they're
thinking
both in the
myself.
conference finals. But when I say they're in the situation they're in, is the depth issue at center. You put yourself behind the 8 ball with a guy that can't shoot free throws, that's not offensively inclined. Yeah, he's a better defender, but look at Hartenstein. He's playing pretty good defense right now.
He's also on a different type of team too, where he can be featured. He wouldn't be featured like they were, where they're trying to get him the ball so he can score in the paint. He wouldn't be doing that over there with New York because it's Brunson, Cat, and Hart every once in a while. He would be able to. He's not that enforcer type.
If they had him over Robinson, we'd be having a different conversation about who the best team in the NBA would be.
You think he's that much of a difference?
He's that much of a difference over having Robinson on the floor, getting the hack-a-shack rules And you can't do that with him. And the fact that he can score more. The Knicks don't have a problem scoring.
Right.
As it is.
Right.
So, it would just be a benefit to them.
We're just getting started on this Throwback Thursday edition of the Morning Kickoff. Coming up next, Aaron Rodgers is back. But I thought it got me thinking about some of these older players across different sports. We'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone, and always free in the iHeartRadio app.
Phones, laptops, cars, smart speakers.
I use the iHeartRadio app.
All devices, all the time. Your home for the horns. 1300 The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's now about a 10 to 12 minute backup being caused by a crash on I-35 southbound before you get to Breaker Lane. It's causing backups to start from Howard. There's also a crash on FM 1626 at Manchac and a new accident at the intersection of Lamar Boulevard and Old Torf Street causing some minor brake taps. We've got first responders on the scene. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lorenz & Lorenz Personal Injury Attorneys.
I'm attorney Ted Lorenz. If you've been hurt in a car or truck wreck, Lorenz & Lorenz is here for you. We offer a free consultation and don't get paid until we win your case. Lorenz & Lorenz, we're on top of it. Austin, Texas.
The Milken Center for Advancing the American Dream is celebrating America's 250th One Dream at a Time. Next, Sean Alexander, former NFL player.
Don't be scared of the failures or the trials in one season. I've won championships and I've lost championships. And I thought, it was the same the next season. You have to start all over no matter what, Keep fighting that good fight. Go after the next season and then finish that game.
Discover more at mcad.org.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's a sale. Right now, every service needed for your vehicle is on sale at any of the 3 Leaf Johnson Ford locations, Austin, Manor, and Buda. And we're wide open. Tires, brakes, oil changes for only $39.99 with synthetic blend oil, tire rotations, and alignments. You name it. Any of the 3 Central Texas locations have it on sale. Can't come see us? We'll come see you with our mobile van on most services, or we'll come pick it up and bring it back. Go to leafjohnson.com and pick your location and time. You'll love it at Leaf, Austin, Buda, and Manor.
Now, stepping up to the plate is a household name, weighing in at roughly 115 pounds with a wingspan of 98 inches. It's Samsung.
Kid, I know it's baseball season, but this isn't what I meant when I said to incorporate sports into the company commercial.
Sorry, old man. I just want everyone to know that audiovisual consultations can make your home feel like a stadium.
That's true. Audiovisual provides stadium surround sound, huge screen video, controlled lighting, and even temperature control. On our roster, every customer is an MVP.
Sounds like audiovisual knows how to score a home run with our customers.
All right, kid, that's enough with the baseball puns.
But I'm trying to tell everyone that audiovisual is a real catch. You'll glove our services.
Kid?
There's nothing coming out of left field when you give us a call. We won't break your balls.
Kid, we only have a minute.
Pitch, please. I don't need your attitude right now.
Rest assured, listeners, audiovisual is much better at installing and designing custom home theaters than we are at making jokes.
Just check our stats. Give us a call at 512-255-8678 or visit us online at avconsultations.com.
iHeartRadio brings you New to View, Streaming Edition.
Looking for something to watch?
Listen up. Next week on Netflix, Wednesday, the second season premiere of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, as well as the fourth season finale of Perfect Match. Next Thursday on Netflix, the season 2 debut of the 4 seasons starring Tina Fey, Will Forte, Coleman Domingo, and more. Next Friday on Netflix, the launch of the reality show Calabasas Confidential, as well as the Spanish documentary on tennis star Rafael Nadal titled Rafa. Next Monday on Acorn TV, the start of the psychological thriller Summer Water. Next Wednesday on Amazon Prime Video, the launch of the new Marvel series Spider Noir starring Nicolas Cage. Next Thursday on Hulu, the season 2 premiere of Deli Boys. Next Thursday over on Paramount Plus, the 4th season launch of Criminal Minds Evolution. And next Friday on Apple TV, the series start of Star City, as well as the John Travolta film Propeller One-Way Night Coach.
And that's new to view on iHeartRadio. Happy binging.
We all use AI, but here, it never pretends it's real. AM 1300 The Zone. Guaranteed human.
Welcome back to Kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. Coming up in the next segment, we have our guy Eric Henry of Horns 247 joining us to talk all things Texas Longhorns and what is expected to be next when you talk about this Texas football team and basketball team, because there was a lot of moves that were being made in the off season. But I was thinking about this yesterday. When the news came out, we had been talking about it. We talked about Aaron Rodgers and the expectation of him coming back to the Pittsburgh Steelers and a chance to reunite with Mike McCarthy. And it's got me thinking about Father Time and how it keeps showing up anytime, at any time. You know it as well.
Undefeated.
You talk about it all the time when you check engine light. But these dudes are stiff-arming people like they trying to stay out of the club. If you look at the NFL, you got Aaron Rodgers at 42, and he's still slinging the football just like he has a fake ID. And you start thinking about some of these other players in the league. We brought up Calais Campbell, another older guy that just keeps finding his way onto a football team and playing at a very high level. You look at the NBA, we saw what LeBron James is still out here giving cats the buckets and scoring whenever he wants to. And you think about his career, he's played with some people, he played against teammates, he played against their coaches, he played against their daddies in some of these situations, and he's a daddy on the court with his son out there hooping. You look at what's going on in the NHL. You got Brent Burns, you got Alex Ovechkin, you got Corey Perry. These guys are in their 40s still playing. Brent Burns played over 1,000 consecutive games and still slapping people up into the glass like he was a lumberjack. You think at the WNBA, you look at Alyssa Clark. She's 38 years old and still making threes from the corner and then helping the rookies make life choices. You know what I'm saying? She's been through some things out there. And then you start looking at some of the oldest players in Major League Baseball. You look at Justin Verlander. You look at Max Scherzer. Those are the two oldest guys now that Clayton Kershaw has retired. You start looking at a lot of these guys and you're like, man. So everybody talks about the young talent, but there's some old heads that are still out there that are still got that grown man strength, got the tricks of the trade. They may do it with icy hot and a shack patch on the back, but they are finding a way to get it done. And it's about surviving in these sports, because none of these sports that I just mentioned, they aren't just by yourself. This is a team aspect, and you have to go out there and deal with a lot of people and all of these choices. But these guys continue to make things happen. So looking at all of those guys and hearing that Aaron Rodgers, as a matter of fact, let's hear from Aaron Rodgers, because he talked about it. This is it for me. This is it.
Yeah, I love Mike T. I mean, I really appreciate the opportunity to come in last year and love my experience with him. And, you know, I thought when he said he was stepping away, that was an emotional moment just because we all love him so much and care about him. And, you know, I thought that that was probably it for me in Pittsburgh. But when the decision was made to hire Mike, I started opening my mind back up to coming back.
Could be your last year. Do you even think of that right now?
Yes. This is it. Yeah.
This is it.
This is it.
So no waiting around in the off season. No people camping out to see if he's come out from his slumber of ashwagandha or whatever he was on.
Ashwagandha.
Yeah, Wakanda forever.
What the
what?
Ashwagandha
Yeah,
is the vitamin.
Yeah, him too. He was
You should say bless you.
No, him too. That's
You
my
mean
cousin.
the
Ashwagandha.
ayahuasca?
Yeah, ayahuasca.
Yeah.
And from Zamunda. So we're gonna see exactly. He's been on vacation, but now we don't have to worry about that no more.
Hey, you know what? All Aaron talk is over. Next year we won't be having this conversation.
We won't. But what does this do for this team? You mentioned the pickups. You mentioned Michael Pittman Jr. By the way, I just saw that he and his wife got baptized together.
Oh wow,
that was amazing. That was amazing.
What was they doing?
Yeah,
nah,
man, it was cleansing. They were cleansing.
Sin is sin.
Sin is sin. Nah, that's beautiful thing.
Yeah, but you sit there and you look at this team. He knows the offense. He knows what Mike McCarthy's looking for. Maybe Mike has taken some time away to draw up some new plays because Aaron said that in the past they were stale. And him and Mike didn't get along at the last couple seasons. That's why I find this very interesting that he said, I was thinking about it once Mike got named the head coach. It got me thinking about coming back again. Did you talk to Mike? Does Mike want you back there?
Does Mike know this?
Exactly. But obviously they have had success in the past. But my biggest thought process is, where does this team finish? Do they go on a run with this season?
Hardge, I think they're a 9-10 win team, even with the advancements and improvements.
Okay.
The thing that I'm kind of worried about is, can Aaron last this entire season? Because, he got hit. He got touched. And this offensive line is going to be better.
Yeah.
And you have another wide receiver that is known for getting loose up the sideline. And DJ Metcalf, even though they tried to use him, DK.
Yeah.
Even though they tried to use him as a deep threat because of his speed, he's still 225, 230 pounds. They need to run him across. And now that they have Pittman, they have a guy that can allow DJ Metcalf to go eat. They may be able to do more. They got the running game is going to be better, which, Marcus said yesterday that, what's the thing that is the best friend of a quarterback, and,
It's a good running game.
It's a good running game.
Yeah.
And I think Aaron is really going to have to do what older quarterbacks do, and that is lean on the fact that you have a running game and lean on the fact that you have a really good defense.
Well, and that's the other part of it, too. You start looking at this team as a whole. You got Jalen Ramsey playing the nickel. You got Joey Porter Jr. at corner. Deshaun Elliott is back there. You got Brisker. Jaquan Brisker, who is a free safety, a hard-hitting free
He's a
safety
hitter.
that's going to be coming downhill. You still got Cam Hayward that is there. Dude, Cam Hayward, another of those
older guy.
just continues to cash them checks and be effective as a defensive lineman. 37 years old on the defensive line. And, of course, we may have mentioned it, but why can't you mention it again? TJ Watt. You got that still coming off the side.
Yeah.
So this defense, to your point, is going to be solid. The one thing that Aaron has to understand is you don't have to be Aaron Rodgers circa
10 years ago.
2006. You know what I'm saying? You can just be Aaron Rodgers 2026 and use other people to get things done. So we'll see what ends up happening. But I just thought about all the older heads in the profession of sports.
That's a lot of names.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
solidified names for you to be
across the board,
Yeah.
Hall of Famers, guys that not only have played a long time, but they played effectively a long time.
Yeah.
There's some guys in the NFL that are still on sidelines that we can't mention their names because we can't remember that they're even still playing.
One of those guys was Chase Daniel. Chase Daniel
from
wait, is he still
from Missouri? He's still playing?
No. That's what I'm saying. Like, he was not still playing, but you didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Because he was in the league for a long time collecting backup checks.
That's how crazy it is. You just mentioned his name.
He played with Vince Young, didn't
he? Yeah. Yeah.
He's still last season.
2 seasons ago. He shut it
2
down.
seasons.
But that's how crazy it is. You mentioned his name, and we was like, is he still playing?
Yeah,
it was shocking.
Yeah. It was
I was like, man, he's 70?
That's how bad we don't know what he's doing is
39 years old.
There's other guys that are in the league right now that are 38 years old. Some of them holding clipboards.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's still you're on a roster.
He got 14 seasons. 14 seasons in the NFL.
That's great, man.
That's great retirement.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. 14 seasons in the NFL.
Boy, just walk to the mailbox and get that check.
And loving every second of it. Coming up next, somebody else that's getting a check. It's our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247. He joins us next right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
The right lane is blocked off by a wreck on I-35 southbound before Breaker Lane, now causing about a 15-minute delay that starts from Grand Avenue Parkway. Your stop and go the opposite direction, I-35 northbound going from 45 to William Cannon. If you're heading this direction, plan for about 20 minutes to be tacked onto the morning commute. And a crash on Lamar Boulevard at Old Torf Street. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIve.
Hardball Hardge here for Covert Chevy Hutto. Trucks go head-to-head to win your trust. Chevy is pulling up strong with $14,000 off a 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 RST. Or get $11,750 off a 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 Custom. Or get $11,750 off of a new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 Custom Trail Boss. Bigger trucks, bigger savings. Come see us at Highway 79 in Hutto or shop online at covertchevyhutto.com.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Man, whenever I use a sports book, I feel like I'm just getting robbed blind.
Dude, you've got to delete that app. You need to be using Polymarket.
Polymarket? How are they any different?
Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. You trade against other fans just like you, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sports books.
For real?
Yep. Sports books take around $9 on a $100 position and then pay out around $500. Polymarket pays out $650 on that same position.
What's the catch?
No catch. Even better, it's available in all 50 states. Polymarket is so confident that you'll never go back, they're giving you $50 free on your first trade.
I'm deleting my sportsbook app. How do I get started?
Download Polymarket now and use promo code HEAT for $50 free for your first trade. Stop letting sportsbooks steal from you. Download Polymarket and use promo code HEAT for $50 free on your first trade. Use promo code HEAT.
Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
Pantalones Organic Tequila. Because tequila is fun. Pantalones.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver from New Nordic, the delicious daily detox that will keep you feeling your best. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon or pick up some at your local CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
The Thunder, with an 11-0 run in the fourth quarter, beat the Spurs 122-113 to even the Western Conference Finals at a game apiece. Spurs guard Dylan Harper left in the third quarter with a leg injury. NCAA softball tournament continues. Texas takes on Arizona State in the Austin Super Regional tomorrow night. Twins beat the Astros 4-1 to win the series at Target Field. I'm Ronza Moss.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Allstate.
Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas.
We invented a podcast?
Well, we didn't invent it. We just contributed to it.
We're the first people to do podcasts. We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but
tired and sick.
Tired and sick.
Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show. Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
It's Thursday, so that means we got to get with our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247.
Info.
You can follow him at Eric C. Henry _. And let's get right into it because there's a lot to cover here on the 40 acres, and I want to make sure that we maximize your time at this moment. So let me ask you this. You start to look at the game and you start to see Texas shaping up. I'm talking about looking at this basketball team. You're looking at the game shaping up, and you're looking at how they went out and went and got all these different pieces, so to speak. How are they going to make all these pieces fit? Because they got a lot of talent there. There's a lot of big names that are going to impress, and Texas has done a really good job in the transfer portal when it comes to basketball.
As always, good morning. Appreciate y'all having me on. I am setting myself up for a Wi-Fi joke because I'm not in my normal location. I'm out here in the suburbs of Indianapolis, Indiana. So I'll get that off top so I can get that.
And you sound so clear.
Hey, listen, who knew the suburbs of Indianapolis were a greater Wi-Fi than, out there in Williamson County where I live normally. But nevertheless, in terms of, Texas basketball, I think one of the big things for me, and you ask, how do these pieces fit, right? How are you going to make it all work? That's one of the most intriguing things about this, Hardge, is you have a bunch of pieces who you don't have this is not, for lack of a better example, the 2015 Golden State Warriors, right? Where it was like Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and Clay, and you were wondering, all right, how are all these guys going to get their shots? What you really have to like about this team is you got a rising point guard in Isaiah Johnson. Now, he is a score-first point guard, but there's room for his game to grow as a distributor, right? You bring in a Mikey Lewis, who right now I'm projecting to start over Austin Goolsby just because Mikey Lewis has 2 years of collegiate experience. For those who aren't familiar, St. Mary's in the West Coast Conference, same conference as Gonzaga. He was a bit of a volume scorer, right? Now, I think his efficiency will get better on a better team. But if you look at his numbers last year, he took right under 12 shots a game, shot under 40% from the field, right, and scoring 13 points per game. So I think his efficiency will grow. A guy like Elijah Freeman doesn't need the ball. He is a defender first. He's going to slash to the hoop. He's going to be able to kind of get those putback buckets, right? Like, he doesn't need the ball. David Punch, a guy who averaged 14 points at TCU, but also a distributor, right? He's kind of the classic point four in today's, basketball, right? He can distribute, he can rebound. He's going to be a major presence on the defensive end. And then Modest Vokatitis, of course, we know, as a big, right, he needs someone to distribute the ball to him. I think having guys like Punch, like Johnson, like others who aren't necessarily, going to need to be score first. I'm really excited. I won't use the word excited, but I'm really interested to see how this meshes.
Yeah, you're excited. I can hear it.
How this meshes together, because I don't think this is a group of guys where, all of them need, 15, 16 shots per game. I think this thing is really going to come together seamlessly.
Eric, you left out one of the things that I like about Punch the best, and that's the fact that he averaged 2 blocks a game. And, Texas didn't have anybody on their team this past season that was above 0.9, not even a full block a game.
Right.
And so you add that to this team, a guy that's an elite defender, and with Freeman, like, you could have a really good defensive team. And I'm sure that Coach Miller is excited about that.
No, Mark, that was one of the, if there's something to be disappointed about, right? Modest Vocatitis is a lot of things, but it's a little disappointing to have your 7-footer not average a block per game, right? You bring in someone in David Punch, who's about 6'8", who, as you mentioned, is just under 2 blocks per game. Texas as a whole averaged right under 5 blocks per game last year. Just the 4 or 5 guys that they've brought in are going to eclipse what Texas's block total was as a team. So that is a reason to be excited. And also, I think that takes pressure off of Modest, right? He doesn't have to try and attempt to be a rim protector that he's not. It's not. Last year was kind of like, we're going to only play one coverage. It's going to be drop coverage or nothing else, right? It's going to be drop coverage for Texas, or they can't play any sort of defense, right? Now, with the versatility.
Yep, got him.
See that?
Guys who can get different coverages on defense.
Yeah. We're talking to Eric Henry of Horns 247. You froze up a little bit, E, so you set yourself up for that one.
Yeah,
you set yourself up on that one. I wasn't going to say nothing. I was just going to let it go, but you set yourself up on that one. We're talking to Eric Henry. And E, I wanted to talk about Brandon Harris on the football side of things. He did a great sit down with Woj, the Woj bomb.
Yeah.
Gave Woj some love, and you wrote about that story over at Horns 247. So go check it out if you hadn't got a chance to check it out. But you had some interesting takeaways when you got the perspective of what a true general manager is doing for these college programs when Brandon Harris kind of let you behind the curtain a little bit.
Yeah, how about this? Plaza at the Lake it's a beautiful spot, man. I might just pull up there and do the spot weekly so we don't have these Wi-Fi issues. But in terms of Brandon revealing, I thought it was a real revealing interview that he did with Woj, because as I have noted, publicly, you don't get a lot of opportunities to hear from collegiate front office people. It's not the same thing as professional where it's mandated, right? You're going to hear from GMs X period of times. You're going to hear from, scouts and whatnot. I thought he said this, right? In terms of when Woj asked him, how do you balance high school recruiting versus taking care of your own players, right? And of course, the way the calendar falls, the transfer portal opens really in the same area as the recruiting cycle, right? Which is not how it works in any pro sport, right? You have free agency, then the draft. Brandon Harris, this is
you got legal tampering too. You got legal
exactly. And Brandon Harris said, what's going to make more headlines? If I lose out on a recruit, or if Arch Manning walks out the door because I don't have enough funds to pay him, right? I thought that was really revealing. And of course, Arch is an extreme example, right? Arch Manning is taken care of, but let's say Colin Simmons or, insert Trevor Goose.
Anybody, any player that's elite.
More about that in Destin for during SEC spring meetings. If that kind of is the strategy of saying, hey, we need to be able to take care of our first team all SEC players or our rising players first, and we'll worry about Jermaine Bishops of the world, right? But maybe those guys who are second tier on their recruiting list, on the recruiting cycle, we'll find that on the back end. I would love to ask Steve Sarkisian more about that. And also thought it was revealing. Brandon Harris said that, he's spent time with the Baltimore Ravens and San Francisco 49ers as far as finding out kind of how their front office works. That was something that I think you would expect more college programs to send their people off to the NFL to find out how they do things, because this is still a new world in college football, right? So I thought it was a really revealing interview, and definitely check it out. And I hope we get more opportunities to not just talk to Brandon Harris, but some of the other people in the front office and scouting department, just to kind of get an understanding of how they manage this at the collegiate game. Because as you mentioned, Hardge, it's not professional. So you have tampering, you have all these things where there are no rules and no guidelines.
Yeah, and they've been talking about the no rules for quite some time, and it's being pressed as you see what's happening with LSU and their basketball program, and you still gotta have
right.
you gotta have some sort of parameters. As always, E-Man, we appreciate you taking the time. I know it's a little vacation time for you, but I appreciate you stepping up during this time, man, as always.
Anytime, fellas. Appreciate it.
There he
Appreciate
is, Eric
you.
Henry of Horns 247. Coming up next, we've got to talk about Mental Health Awareness Month. That's what this is all about. But I want you to hear from Charlie Baker, the president of the NCAA, and get a listen to what he gets talked to the most by college students. We'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app.
It's the Craig Way Show.
It was a snake charmer's performance, and one of the snakes crawled into the trousers of a 57-year-old man, resulting in a bite.
This is nightmare fuel.
It's not uncommon to allow snakes to interact closely with audience members. Why?
Inconceivable! Now they got to tell them to keep their act out of the guest pants.
Is that a cobra up your trouser leg, or are you just happy to see me?
Hang out with Craig on AM 1300 The Zone.
Your summer travel budget is about to get $1,000 heavier.
No way.
You better start planning and listen weekdays for many chances a day to win bonus bucks.
Hey guys, I'm Lourdes. I'm Hannah, and we're Rowdy Cowgirls from Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock, Texas. Come see us. We're excited to meet you and get rowdy.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
The right lane is blocked off by a wreck on I-35 southbound before Breaker Lane, now causing about a 15-minute delay that starts from Grand Avenue Parkway. Your stop and go the opposite direction, I-35 northbound going from 45 to William Cannon. If you're heading this direction, plan for about 20 minutes to be tacked onto the morning commute. And a crash on Lamar Boulevard at Old Torf Street. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Right now, AC tune-ups from Abacus are just $99. Licensed local technicians are ready when you need them. Or get $100 off any repair over $1,000. Call or book online at abacusplumbing.com. Abacus, you can count on us. License M20628.
Mark Henry here. Have you tried the food at Rowdy Cowboy yet? Had a cold beverage of your choice? Enjoyed the view at the Rowdy Cowboy? Well, guess what I'm really asking is why are you not at the Rowdy Cowboy right now? The doors are open anytime, and you're welcome to come try out the area's best new sports bar. Rowdy Cowboy and the Rowdy Cowgirl will be waiting on you. 70 big screen TVs and an extensive and delectable menu await you. So saddle up and hit the trail for Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock on the east side of I-35, just north of the 45 loop.
50 years in the Lone Star State, a one-stop shop so you're never late. Price is so low that you want to know
Which way to Specs?
Come on, let's go.
Specs Wine Spirits and Finer Foods. World-class service, that's all about you.
Shop Specs, it's how we do. A huge selection since 62. Shop Specs, low price, amazing. Here's to you. Shout. Cheers to savings.
Hey guys, do you want male performance in the bedroom and do you want it now? Get it in 47 seconds or less. For the first time, you can have instant male enhancement. Introducing Knox 47, the topical male enhancement that works in 47 seconds or less. Satisfaction guaranteed. Finally, after years of scientific research, our proprietary formula will allow you to perform in the bedroom like never before. Just imagine that little blue pill on steroids. No reason to settle and wait when you can get instant performance now. Forget about pills and potions that make you wait hours or up to 30 days to work. That's yesterday's news. Knox 47 is brand new. the hottest thing for men. And you don't need a prescription. Call now and get your free supply for a limited time.
To find out how to get Knox 47 for free, call now. 800-677-1453. That's 800-677-1453. Free bottles for limited time. Call 800-677-1453. That's 800-677-1453.
Lunch was great, but this traffic is awful.
Can we stop at a bathroom?
Are you all right?
I keep having stomach issues after eating, like diarrhea, gas and bloating, abdominal pain, and sometimes oily stools.
Sound familiar? Those stomach issues may actually be a pancreas issue called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Creon pancrelipase may help manage EPI. Creon is a prescription medicine used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. Call 800-633-9110 or visit creoninfo.com to learn more. That's creoninfo.com.
I'm asking my doctor about EPI and if Creon could help.
This October, run or walk for survivorship at Livestrong's Run for the Roses. More at livestrong.org.
From the audio-visual consultation studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
That red talkback mic on the free iHeart app could win you something amazing.
The iHeart Awards in LA.
Plus, it's the fastest way to get your voice on your favorite station.
Thanks, guys. Love you.
I love you guys. Have a good day.
Try the talkback mic now. Just open the free iHeartRadio app.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. The Longhorns live here.
Always good chopping with our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247, every Thursday, 7:34 a.m. for all the latest. Coming up at the top of the hour, we'll be talking to our guy, Coach Jim Slosnagle, as they get ready for their matchup with Arkansas tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock from Hoover, Alabama. You can listen to the game right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. That's right. Tomorrow's baseball game can be heard right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone with the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way. And you can listen to the Craig Way Show as well this afternoon starting at 2 o'clock. Right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Charlie Baker, the president of the NCAA, talked about the one thing that student athletes talk to him about the most, and it is mental health. And that is why Mental Health Month is so important, not just this month, but all the time. Always take care of your mental health. And this is what the players are really getting pressured about.
Do we have a sports gambling problem in college athletics right now?
Not on the kids side, but I think the gambling thing generally has become incredibly abusive for kids. If you pick like the number one thing student athletes talk to me about, it's the way they get harassed, not just by, people they've never met, but by people on their own campus who are looking for them to help them, quote unquote, make money. I think we should get rid of all prop bets for college sports. And at a minimum, get rid of all the negative prop bets because those put tremendous pressure on kids, and it really sucks.
Gee.
Yeah.
I never even thought about it like that.
No one ever does.
But now that the pressures of people, come on, man. Like, can you throw just one interception, please? Like, people would say that. And now you throw an interception, and then they're like, yeah. Okay, but go win the game though.
Right.
No, I mean, we want you to win the game, but that wears on you. I can see where that would be a problem.
Yeah, that's the part that a lot of people, as we talked about, you don't truly understand the pressures. We talk about peer pressure all the time. Now it's at an all-time high. It's at a totally different level of understanding that these kids every day in their classrooms, in their walks of life. Heck, look at Sorsby, the quarterback for Texas Tech that is going through the lawsuit of trying to find a way to be eligible because he placed so many bets, because you are part of a society once you walk out of that locker room. You become a normal person in the eyes of a lot of people. People that know you, so they're not in awe of you.
Yeah, but
it's
you
the
also
other
have a
people.
choice.
Agreed.
And you have a chance to change if you have a problem. But you have a choice every day you wake up to do the right thing or the wrong thing.
Correct.
And he has been doing the wrong thing habitually, and they have to punish him.
Well, he may be dealing with an addiction. And that is one of the things that plays a part in the conversation as well.
But it's still a consequence to every decision that you make.
Nobody is disagreeing with you, but there is people that will disagree with you. There are people that will decide a different fate because of these other things that we're not privy to. We don't know how he got started in this. We don't know what his family history is in this type of situation. That's why they say mental health is bigger than just the prop bets. It's the pressure of going out and performing every day. You know this. I mean, that's why we could talk to Coach Schlossnagle about this here in just a moment, because they have people on staff for these moments, a sports psychologist.
Yeah.
So there's moments that are sometimes too big for certain people to handle because everybody's not built the same. Everybody's not used to it. Some people just love the game and they just want to go play, but then they got other people talking about their stats. How many times have you heard people, NFL players, walking down the street and their fans yell, "I can't stand you. All you needed was one catch and I win the pot." They don't care.
They don't care.
They're playing the game. And they're being a part of the game. I'm sure they know the over-unders on certain things. I'm supposed to get 1,000. They know when they need 1,000 yards to get $10,000. They know that.
10,000.
That when they got escalators in their contract, they know exactly how that's supposed to be.
You know what's crazy about athletes is the one thing they don't get normally, but they appreciate a lot, is people who talk to them about other things besides sports.
Right.
And that is a rare thing that they can, like, I remember when I was at UT, I had a few classes with some athletes, and that's pretty much what we did. We talked about everything else. I mentioned something to do with sports because I knew they were athletes, but it was just basically asking them about lifestyle, not really, lifestyle around sports, not really about the game.
How do you get away from football? How do you get away from baseball? Like, what do you do in your spare time? You game? You're a movie buff, like whatever. I think that is a thing that I was always gravitated to. People that came up to me and they acknowledged, what you did, but they didn't stay there and dwell on it.
Right. Say what's up and just keep it moving. And most people are always cool with it. But it's the other ones that always get you into a different type of situation. So I pray for all those kids that are going through that. I pray that everybody finds a way to get their health in order, because it is crazy to think that these kids are walking around campus and still having to deal with those people walking up to them about a bet that they placed on a different site or something like that. It's just mind blowing, but there is help out there. Make sure that as a player, you find every way to get it done, because it is definitely something that's important moving forward.
Well, let's hope that the athletes are doing the right things too, and not succumbing to the pressures of people coming up going, "Hey, I need that drop. I need you to drop that. Don't get that first down."
Yeah, better get a first down. I don't care nothing about your bet.
You're going to be sitting on that sideline.
You're going to be the first down on sitting on that bench. You're going to be the first one down on that bench. You better figure a way to get it done.
Why you ain't got no drops today? Because I'm not in the game.
Exactly. Coming up next, we're going to talk to Texas baseball coach Jim Schlossnagle about his team, the awards that were given out, and most importantly, what's next for the Texas Longhorns. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Get rewarded just for shopping with Simon Plus. Don't miss Memorial Day sales at Simon Premium Outlets and Mills. You can get points at scores of stores, access to exclusive offers, and exciting surprises. You've got an extra day off, so make it pay off with the best deals from brands you love all in one place. It's a summer kickoff thing. Join today at simonplus.com. Rewards program terms apply. See simonplus.com for details.
Get everything you need for the entire job delivered. From lumber to drywall, flooring, and fixtures, get it all delivered from the Home Depot. With same day, next day, or any day delivery. Staying on track and on time is crucial to your job. That's why it's our job to get you what you need when you need it. We deliver the supplies. You deliver the results. Brought to you by the Home Depot.
LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. They can't stop your new clients from emailing you at 3 a.m., though. They can help you sell, they can help you market, and they can help you hire in one place. They cannot help you be in 3 places at one time, though. And while they can't help you organize your calendar, LinkedIn can help you land more clients so you have a calendar to organize. Grow your small business at LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/Dan Patrick Show.
Chuck McDowell here with Red Pocket Mobile. How long have you been stuck with the same phone plan? 2 years? 5? 10? Are you tired of surprise fees and confusing bills? Switch to Red Pocket Mobile. With Red Pocket Mobile, premium 5G plans start at just $10 a month. Pick a plan, lock in your rate, and that's the number you'll see on your bill every month. No hidden fees and no long-term contracts. And here's the kicker. Red Pocket lets you choose from 3 major 5G networks, not just one. Pick the network that actually works where you live and where you work. Try one, and if you like it, keep it. If not, switch to another. Never be stuck with a single network again. Plus, keep your phone, keep your number. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
New customers can switch and save 50%. Choose from all 3 major 5G networks with one locked-in low price and no contracts at redpocket.com. Redpocket.com.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free all Memorial Day weekend. Smooth sailing with the greatest from the 70s and 80s. Just open the free iHeart app, search Yacht Rock, and start listening now.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. This Friday, Texas baseball will be taking on Arkansas 3 p.m., and you can hear all the action right here on your home for Texas baseball, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. It's Thursday, so that means we get to talk to the head baseball coach for the University of Texas, our guy, Coach Jim Schlossnagle. And Texas is the number 2 seed overall in the SEC tournament, finishing second behind the Georgia Bulldogs. Another 40-win season for you, Coach. And 2 things. Number 1, congratulations on that. Congratulations on your players and their recognition in the SEC. And I really like the tight fade that you got. I noticed it yesterday. You got cleaned a little bit. I don't know what's going on. What's going on?
Yeah, and Barbara went a little crazy, but it's all right. It grows back.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It makes my hat fit a little better during the games. But yeah. But no, we're excited to be down here in Hoover, and winning 40 games and 19 games in the SEC. I mean, that's a great accomplishment. It's hard to do. We're all very aware of what the standards are at Texas, however, and just looking forward to getting back out on the field. It's been a while since we've played, and this is a fun environment down here. We got down here yesterday until around 6:30, 7 o'clock, and we were able to go over and watch the LSU Auburn game for a little bit, and looking forward to ready to head to practice this morning, and then we'll watch some more baseball this afternoon, weather dependent.
So I want to get into this too, because we talked about the awards that were given out, and we talked about them all week long, because I thought it was well deserved for Anthony Pack Jr. This was somebody that you kind of touched on at the very beginning of the year. Didn't know exactly it was going to play out like this, but you knew the young man was going to be able to compete. Then you look at the moves with Carson Tenney and, of course, Aiden Robbins. But the old man on the hill, Dylan Volantis, continues to get better and better, looks sharper and sharper. Do we expect to see Dylan tomorrow afternoon for a regular Friday afternoon start?
I haven't decided if he's going to start yet. He'll definitely, more than likely the plan is for him to pitch in that game. But, we're trying to balance, what we think, giving guys opportunities to pitch in scenarios that they maybe haven't pitched in this year, that they may have to pitch in a postseason. So, for example, is there a reliever on our team that hasn't started a game who's been pitching well, that we want to see him start and see what that looks like, good or bad? And then, at least if it comes to that in the postseason, he has a little bit of experience of starting. And is there a starting pitcher that you could see deep into a tournament if we got in a loser's bracket, or, deeper in, a longer tournament where we would need him out of the bullpen, and maybe they haven't done that. So we want to win the games. We want to stay here as long as we can, but we're trying to best prepare our team for next weekend.
Coach, you said you're trying to prepare your team for next weekend. Does that mean that you would start one of your guys that is not necessarily the guy that does the best job for you right off the bat, so you can get to another team that maybe you're a more effective guy would serve you better?
I mean, that's a good question. The thing we got to balance is, making sure the guys have the proper rest for next weekend. So, for example, let's say I was to throw Dylan next Friday. I'm not saying I'm doing that. Let's just assume that I was doing that. Then I wouldn't want to pitch him deeper into this tournament, because I want him to be on full rest for next weekend, even if that's just for an inning or two on a Saturday or Sunday. So whoever's going to pitch next Friday, which we don't know who that's going to be, we would want to pitch them today more than likely, so that they have proper rest for next week. So that's kind of what we're balancing out. Believe me, I want to win. I mean, I want to stay here. This is fun. It's way better than practice, even for me. And I love practice, but the players certainly would rather play the games than practice. And so, I certainly would I'm going to make decisions to give us the best chance to win games this weekend, while keeping next week and the most important thing in mind.
We're talking to Texas baseball coach Jim Schlossnagle as they get ready to take on Arkansas tomorrow afternoon right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, as these two rivals, they always have some rivalries when you look at Arkansas and what Texas has been in baseball as well. But when you look at what Arkansas was able to do, and they continue to find ways to get it done, they had a bad break yesterday when they lost their big guy with the looked like the hamate from what Coach Van Horn was talking about. But you start looking at the matchups, and you've seen these guys plenty of times. What do you expect to see from this Arkansas team?
Well, I know one thing. I don't care whether they've been playing great or whether they've been playing bad. You know, a Dave Van Horn coach team, especially in a postseason with as talented players that they had, the level of talent's going to fluctuate a bit for every single team. But they're so physical, right? They're so physical. You have to make pitches or they're just going to obliterate baseballs. And then they seem to pitch at their best when it's needed the most. And I don't know if he's announced a starter yet. They've earned an off day, which is good for them. And if Hunter Dietz is truly the starting pitcher, then we're facing another first round pick. It's just like every day, almost every day in the SEC. So, I know Aloy is who you're talking about. Looked like he grimaced. It might be a handmade. I certainly don't hope that for him and for their team. But they have other good players and they're playing really well. So, and like you said, I wasn't nearly aware of the rivalry between Texas and Arkansas like I was A&M in Texas or OU in Texas until we went there last year. And and then when you play Oklahoma and you play A&M, you kind of expect that kind of stuff. But I wasn't expecting the level of rivalry, let's call it, when we went to Fayetteville. So I'm sure that their fans will travel, and I'm sure we'll hear about it.
Coach, there's far more hate for Arkansas than there is for A&M.
Yeah, I believe you. I believe you. Yeah, and that's. I mean, I knew it was. It just seemed like there's levels, like there's stages, depending on when you were at Texas and different sports. It seems like you ask some people and it's like, oh yeah, Arkansas is the rival, and maybe you ask somebody else, oh no way, Oklahoma, and then some people with A&M. But anyway, it is what it is. We got to go play baseball.
So before we let you go, I wanted to ask you too, Adrian Rodriguez, he continues to stay on that left side, working through some stuff. Mendoza trying to get back onto the field. And obviously we know that Grubbs is done for the rest of the season. What's the latest on the health of the Texas baseball team?
I like to think we're getting better. First and foremost, Robbins, today will be a big day for us because I think he practiced a little bit yesterday just in the cages and catching a few balls in the outfield. I really want him to be able to go, not all out today, but he needs to move around and get some swings in today. And hopefully his stomach will allow him to do that. He was pretty sick, and then just getting caught up. And so, but I do anticipate him being able to play tomorrow. I think, the pitchers, there's a few pitchers that will probably not pitch this weekend, no matter what the situation is, just to kind of give them kind of an all-star break feeling, like a total reset on their body. Ruger would certainly be a part of that, maybe a reliever or two. But Adrian is feeling as good as Adrian's going to feel this year. And he's been, had a good day of BP yesterday. So I think we're in a good spot. Mendoza's not going to, be able to play defense, but I think with the way Borba has been playing third base and the way Timo is playing second and Larson really playing a good first base, I think we'll be fine in the infield.
So I got this too. I was on the Borba for a Gold Glove train for a while because he's done an unbelievable job at first base. And then I see the all defensive team and he's not even on there. And then people are trying to say, well, he played multiple positions, but he played the majority of his time at first base and he did a hell of a job. What's up with that?
Yeah, it's number one, we don't get to vote for our own players. That's the first thing. And number two is in these super leagues now, you got 16 teams, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't play 5 of the teams. So, like for instance, we didn't play Florida. I know Brendan Lawson's an awesome player, and I voted for him. But you only, I only see Florida maybe on television or Georgia on television. So what I mean by that is it's hard to kind of garner votes when you don't play 5 of the teams. And so I normally only vote on what I see. I'll look at the stats and reputation, and some things are obvious, like Daniel Jackson was super obvious as the player of the year. But I certainly Borba's very deserving of that. I'm just kind of giving you an insight into how tough it is to kind of vote and know who everybody is these days.
Yeah, it is difficult, and that's why it's important, as you mentioned, that not just certain people are watching. It's got to be all eyes on it, because what he's been able to do at first base has been, just like you said, Kimball Schuessler, changing positions, finding a way to get it done, and watching Casey Borba over there at first base has been pretty talented as well. So as always, Coach, best of luck. We appreciate you taking the time, and we look forward to checking out the game tomorrow as you take on the Arkansas Razorbacks tomorrow afternoon, 3:00. You can hear all the action right here with the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way, on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Congratulations, Coach.
All right, have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day. Hook 'em.
Back at you. There he is, Coach Schlossnagle. Coming up next, we've got to talk about this because there's a lot that is going on in the NBA, and the best way to do it is talk to our guy, Ray Jackson, Fab Five member, talking playoffs right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
It's Bucky and PK.
Would you get in a car with Tiger?
No.
He invites you on a road trip, but the rule is he's driving.
Oh, no, hell no.
Come on, you get to hang out with Tiger Woods.
No, I'm serious. I would not. If he said, hey, listen, we're going from the club and we're going to go to my house, and I know that he had a couple beers on the course, I'd be like, Tiger, just tell me where you live. I'll get there.
Catch Bucky and BK weekday afternoons from 5 to 7 on AM 1300, The Zone.
From the Lawrence and Lawrence Traffic Center.
Rush hour traffic on the northbound side of I-35 this morning. 20 minutes are being added to the drive going from 45 up to William Cannon. On Mopac going southbound at the south side of Loop 360, watch out for a stalled vehicle blocking off the left lane. There's also a crash on Lamar Boulevard at Barton Skyway, as well as over on Old Torf Street. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
And now a word from our sponsor, Bud Light. There's nothing better than the clean, crisp... There's nothing better than the clean, crisp... what if we just got out of here and grabbed some Bud Lights? But man, we're on air for 4 more hours. They'll figure it out. Sounds good to me. Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. Stock up now. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
50 years in the Lone Star State, a one-stop shop so you're never late. Price is so low that you want to know
which way to Specs.
Come on, let's go.
Specs wine, spirits, and fine foods. World-class service, that's all about you.
Shout Specs, it's how we do. A huge selection since 62. Shout Specs, low price, amazing. Here's to you. Shout, cheers to savings.
Are you one of the 7% of adults in the United States who are searching for an alternative to sleeping in a bed? Then let me introduce you to Z-Cliner, the revolutionary recliner designed by FlexSteel. The Z-Cliner, meticulously engineered with restful sleep in mind, making it an ideal bed alternative. A healthy life starts with a healthy night's sleep. Z-Cliner is more than just a recliner. It's a personalized comfort experience. It features multiple power adjustments like recline, headrest, lumbar, zero gravity, reducing pressure on your body, tech integrations like charging ports for easy modern living. We know life can be messy, stressful. That's why Z-Cliner is upholstered in a moisture and stain-resistant fabric, perfect for all-day enjoyment, even homes with pets and kids. Z-Cliner, a complete sleep solution. Get started. Unmatched comfort. ZCliner.com/Dan Patrick today to find a Z-Cliner at a store near you.
With the Ram Declaration of Deals, we're pledging our allegiance to the American people with great deals on the Ram 1500, back with the legendary Hemi V8 and the Ram Heavy Duty, with the available Cummins Turbo Diesel delivering 1,075 pound-feet of torque, all backed by a 10-year or 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty, because nothing stops Ram. Hurry in for the Declaration of Deals. Excludes BEVs, applies to 2026 model year vehicles, not transferable. Visit Mopar.com for complete details and a copy of the powertrain limited warranty. Cummins is a registered trademark of Cummins Inc. Ram and Hemi are registered trademarks of FCA US LLC.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her.
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge.
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve. It's now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend.
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's Coach Sark. Now back to the morning kickoff with Hardge and Henry on your radio home for the Longhorns, 1300 The Zone.
He's one of 512's finest. He took himself up to Michigan and became part of the Fab Five. He does great work in the community, and he is always representing for the ATX. He is the one and only Ray Jackson, joining us in this segment we like to call Legends of the Locker Room. Good morning, Ray. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning, fellas. Thanks for having me back on. How y'all doing?
We're good, man. We ready. We ready for this conversation because last night the San Antonio Spurs, the night before they won the first game, game one, an epic performance by Wembanyama, 41-24. Last night they held them to 21-14, but they came up short in the end. But this was a series that we've all been waiting for. We wanted to see OKC in San Antonio. Now we got it. The 1-1 matchup. Now they're getting ready to go to San Antonio. What's been your biggest takeaway from what you saw in games 1 and 2?
My biggest takeaway is it's going to be a heavyweight dogfight like we talked about when I was on last, brother. You know, we got two of the best teams in the NBA going head-to-head right now. So it's a beautiful thing, brother. It's a beautiful thing. And I think the Spurs are just going to have to be consistent, to be honest with you. The youth is going to have to come with consistency now. If those young boys can stay healthy and be consistent, they got a shot at winning this series.
Ray, I'm very vocal about the aggressiveness and the nature in which they play Wemby and what you do to stop that. I want to hear your opinion and see if it matches where I'm at.
Well, in order to, it's no stopping that, to be honest. We're seeing something new. It's like when Mike first touched the court and we saw something new to change of basketball. I feel like I get that same energy with Wemby. He's a young boy. But to defend him, you need to get to him early and defend him at half court. You need to be touching on his body, physically making contact with Wemby early. He can't get free runs to the rim at no point in time. And then you're going to have to send doubles, depending on the matchups. But he's such a great passer, ball handler. He does it so well that it's just going to have to be matchups where you give him his 20 and make him take tough shots and stand between him and the basket. But my main thing with Wemby would be maintaining contact. I'm going to make his little body hold up. You're going to have to hold up, son, because basketball is a contact sport.
So what was your
Well, I believe in protecting my star and allowing run-throughs to, brush guys so he can get a step. And
we touching him, Mark. I can't let him run free, Mark. Mark, he shot one ball. He shot a ball a couple times last night. He took off 1 foot, Mark. Boom. By the time he came back on the ground, he taking off on another foot and putting it back after the miss. Like, the next time, OKC made an adjustment. After the first shot he takes, somebody has to make contact with that young man instantly. If not, he's going to get the rebound and put back. He's doing some phenomenal stuff. So the biggest thing they can do is find a big body or somebody that can maintain contact with Wemby. That's going to be key. But the Spurs have to limit the turnovers. The biggest thing is those turnovers. The turnovers kept OKC in the game. The first game, the turnovers allowed OKC to win this game. Not having De'Aaron Fox in there to run that point guard. And sometimes I was looking at it last night. They got to let Kelvin Johnson run the point. Sometimes you can get your offense initiated through your point forward sometime as well. So I think they just got to find ways to cut down the turnovers, and they'll be all right, man. I'm still going with the Spurs, even though I'm a Shea Gildress fan.
So here's the difference. You hit the nail on the head. The Spurs have 42 turnovers in 2 games, 20 by Stephon Castle. So he has been the culprit in this. All the good that he does a lot of good. Like that dunk last night was ridiculous. But you also got to make sure that you're taking care of the ball, and that goes back to your conversation about De'Aaron Fox being able to run that point. Let's go to the other conference and check it out as you look at tonight's matchup between the Cavaliers and the New York Knicks. Jalen Big Body Brunson has been doing unbelievable stuff, but I think we're getting playoff Harden at the wrong time. He's not giving them enough, and Mitchell can't do it all by himself.
Well, I'm going to say this because, I really love watching this game. I love the game. And New York executed basketball to perfection at the end of that game. They found the mismatch, and they took advantage of the mismatch. They weren't just out here running miscellaneous silly plays just to run plays. We're going to put Harden in this screen and roll, and we're going to take advantage of him not being able to slide his feet. That's old school, real basketball. Let's take advantage of the mismatch on the court. Let's not just run a play to shoot a three. So New York executed very well. And I have to say this because I'm a Donovan Mitchell fan, but he has to take over at the end of those games. They didn't get James Harden there at his older age to be the main 1A. They need Donovan Mitchell not to go scoreless the last 8 minutes of the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Jared Allen, Austin, Texas native.
Yep.
He's holding them down. They have one of the best big men in the league. Like, they have to figure out how to be aggressive toward the end of the game and finish. They stopped scoring at the end of that game. Donovan Mitchell cannot go 8 minutes without scoring. That's not on James Harden at 50 years old, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I want Donovan Mitchell to be the man he is supposed to be and lead that team appropriately. Because Mobley and Jared are some of the best big men. It's hard to win without 2 big men, and they have 2 big men. They can actually match up with a Wemby or somebody like that if they made it to the finals because of their bigs. Their guards have to step up.
Ray, what's your philosophy on the Hacker Shack or the Hacker Robinson?
I hated that.
Should they make that a rule that you just can't do it because it's just not fundamental to the game? And even when they started the Hacker Shack back in the day. I thought it was stupid, and then I still think it's stupid today.
Me too, bro. I really for a lot of reasons too. Now, I'm gonna take it on both sides, Mr. Mark, because as a professional and they paying you all that money, you should be able to make free throws too. Though. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Everybody, all 12 men on the roster should be able to make free throws, to be honest. But I don't like limiting coaches' philosophy. You know what I'm saying? If a coach knows that man, like I said with the Knicks, if they see a weakness, coach, take that man off the court. But I don't want it to be excessive, and I think the NBA did create rules to limit it so it wouldn't be excessive with that, because I don't really like it. But I do understand the philosophy. If you got a guy that's not taking his craft serious, he can't make free throws, let's expose that, turn over, get him off the court. If you know. So I do understand the mindset of it, but it wouldn't be in my playbook.
I like that answer.
Awesome.
That is the way that we all think about it too. It's like, come on, man, you fouling this dude. They ain't even got the ball up the court yet, and you still trying to figure out a way to foul him. As you said, you got the Spurs going on and winning this matchup. You got who you have winning the next match. I mean, the other matchup.
Man, it's time for New York to stand up, even though I'm pulling for the home team. I'm a Texas guy by nature. I want Jared to do big things, but I see, the money is on New York and, getting Spike Lee and everybody, in the Madison Square Garden. I see that popping off. I really need the Spurs to stay healthy. Have y'all given me an injury report on Harper? I need to know how Harper is feeling. That's key to this, too, as well. So, I don't have my injury report on that, but I got the Spurs pulling through.
We don't have it. We don't have it yet either.
We are waiting on that.
And they're not gonna let you know until the last second.
You do know this, right? For a lot of reasons.
Y'all keep practicing.
And let me tell y'all this, fellas. I hate that it's so much gambling and money behind this stuff too, because that really limits like the truth and the clearness of it. So we can just see exactly what's going on, man. We need the clarity, bro. But I got the Spurs. I'm pulling with the Texas team. I love Wemby and what he's bringing to the table, the newness and the freshness of his game at 7'4". Like, it's beautiful. So I'm ready for the next man up. I love the game and how it's evolving.
I love it too, and we appreciate you taking the time to hop on with us.
Appreciate you, man.
As it continues to roll on, we'll be hitting you up to get your thoughts as we try to figure out what's next for this San Antonio Spurs team. And can New York have a party where everybody's going to be invited? Thanks a lot, my man.
Man, thanks for having me on, fellas. Y'all have an excellent show every morning. Blessings on everything.
Appreciate it. There he is, Ray Jackson, Austin's own LBJ representing, and he was a McDonald's All-American. Let's not forget about that as well. Coming up next, you got the world's strongest man bringing you his world's strongest take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Lawrence and Lawrence Traffic Center.
Checking out the drive this morning over on 290 westbound. I'll take you a few extra minutes making that change from I-35 over to Mopac. On I-35 going southbound, a 7 to 8 minute delay due to stop and go speeds from 45 to 183. And a 10-minute add to your commute going southbound on Mopac. You're slow from Duval over to Enfield Road. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay. eBay is home to millions of finds, and each one becomes part of your story. From your favorite vintage band tee to the dream car you've been searching for or the foul ball you heroically gave away. It's all there on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Hardball Hardge for Covert, Ford, and Hutto. Trucks go head-to-head to win your trust, and Ford is coming in hot. Save $6,766 on a new 2026 Ford F-150 STX, or save up to $7,646 on a new 2026 Ford Explorer. Or why not get behind the wheel of a Ford Bronco Big Bend with $4,336 off? Big trucks, big savings. Come and see us at Highway 79 in Hutto, or shop for a deal anytime at CovertFordHutto.com.
Tired of juggling multiple pay apps? Make splitting lunch or sending a gift simple with Instant Pay from Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. Instant Pay is your all-in-one way to send money. No more guessing if they use Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle. Just send a text right from the ATFCU mobile app, and they can choose where to deposit the funds. It's fast, easy, and free for both you and the recipient, even if they're not an ATFCU member. All you need is an ATFCU checking account and debit card. Visit atfcu.org or stop by one of our 24 area locations. Austin Telco Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Stay connected to Texas athletics and the 40 acres with the LHN app. Watch original content, behind-the-scenes access, interviews, press conferences, highlights, classic Longhorn moments, and select live events. It's your home for Texas athletics content all year long. And with new stories and features dropping all the time, there's always something new to discover. Best of all, the LHN app is free to download and watch. Download the LHN app today and take Texas athletics with you wherever you go. Hook 'em.
Pantalones Organic Tequila. Because tequila is fun. Pantalones.
Man, whenever I use a sports book, I feel like I'm just getting robbed blind. Dude, you've got to delete that app. You need to be using Polymarket. Polymarket? How are they any different? Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sports book. You trade against other fans just like you, not the house. That means more money for you and less for those greedy sports books. For real? Yep. Sports books take around $9 on a $100 position and then pay out around $500. Polymarket pays out $650 on that same position. What's the catch? No catch. Even better, it's available in all 50 states. Polymarket is so confident that you'll never go back, they're giving you $50 free on your first trade. I'm deleting my sportsbook app. How do I get started? Download Polymarket now and use promo code HEAT for $50 free for your first trade. Stop letting sportsbooks steal from you. Download Polymarket and use promo code HEAT for $50 free on your first trade. Use promo code HEAT.
Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Becoming cloudy with showers and a heavy thunderstorm that can bring flash flooding and damaging winds today and tonight. High 81, overnight low 69.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Save $100 off any plumbing, AC, or electrical repair $1,000 or more. That's $100 off any repair. Schedule online today at abacusplumbing.com. Abacus, you can count on us. M20628.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas.
We invented a podcast?
Well, we didn't invent it. We just contributed to it.
We're the first people to do podcasts. We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but you know,
tired and sick.
Tired and sick.
Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Coach Sark here. 1300 The Zone is your flagship home for the Texas Longhorns.
You heard the beat drop, so you know what that means. WWE Hall of Famer and World's Strongest Man, D. Mark Henry, brings you his World's Strongest Take. Take it away, big fella.
Hard.
Yes.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the World's Strongest Take by the World's Strongest Man, Marcus. Back then, they didn't know me, but now that I'm hot, they all on me. Well, guys, another edition of the World's Strongest Take, and I lean to the side of just making and keeping things fresh in the news most of the time. But this is something else. yesterday, the Eagles linebacker Nolan Smith was arrested after being clocked at 135 miles an hour in a 70 zone. He was released on bond, but that's not the heart of the issue. The heart of the issue is that he went to University of Georgia. And guys, since 2023, there have been 23 speeding related incidents with Georgia football players. This is not an isolated case. It's an epidemic. I mean, something's got to be done. You go back to 2023 when there were two incidents, one in which Georgia football staffer Chandler LaCroix and offensive lineman Devin Whitlock both died as a result of racing with defensive lineman Jalen Carter, who is an outstanding football player, but that dark cloud still hangs over his head. In 24, multiple players, including lineman Bo Hughley, a starting linebacker again, they were arrested on separate misdemeanor charges for reckless driving and racing on the highway. Running back Trevor Etienne was arrested on DUI and reckless driving and excessive speeding. And then you get into recently, Neera Daniels was arrested and subsequently dismissed from the team after allegedly fleeing from the police, and where he was clocked in excess of speeds over 150 miles an hour. So, like, this is something that needs to be addressed before somebody else dies. And then you have, of course, what happened in February. The linebackers Chris Cole and Darren Eigenhorn were both arrested for reckless driving, and they were both clocked at going 105 in a 55. Guys, I was going to make a joke because I'm a bit of a clown, as you know, that they should have some kind of Indy 500 with all these Georgia football players and just let them on the track and let them drive as fast as they could drive, raise money for charity. But I can't do it. I can't do it. What I'm proposing, Hardge, is that they go to this team and say, look, I know we're giving you a lot of money and you've never driven a car that'll go 150 miles an hour, but just because it will go 150 miles an hour don't mean you should. If you get caught driving excessive speeds, you will be dismissed and you will be sued for the money that we paid you. Like, I'm tired of this, Hardge. These guys are endangering. You know what? You put your own life on the line. Hey, you're a risk taker. But that's not what it is. When you're driving 105, 135, 120, 150 miles an hour on a highway, who are you endangering? The people around you. That's who you're endangering. At 150 miles an hour, you hit somebody, you're going to kill everybody. People's babies are in the cars, guys. Grandmas. Not to mention our wives and our kids. You know what, Hardge? I think that I can hold my own driving with anybody. I have a lot of experience. But what about the people that don't? I've been driving with my daughter, and people will speed up behind us, and I mean be 3 inches from the bumper. And I have to tell her, hey, just put your signal on, get over, let them go. If that was me, I would brake check them. Because I'm hot, guys. I think that they really should go, like, not the university, but the state police needs to go to the University of Georgia and say, hey, I know y'all got a lot of money and you're buying these unbelievably fast cars. But if anyone gets caught driving over the speed limit and wreck this area, you will be arrested. We're going to throw the book at you. What say you?
Well, I mean, obviously they definitely need a governor on their vehicles that they buy where they can't go over a certain mile per hour. I think that would be one of the first things that need to be addressed. Number two, the other thing that needs to be addressed, that if you get a speeding ticket, I am fining you. It's part of this. The most things that we've heard thus far on the University of Texas campus has been about parking tickets. Like, guys always getting tickets for parking. The parking police at the University of Texas is well paid.
They know whose cars they are.
Exactly.
Too.
For sure. But we don't hear about all that. I don't know if it's because Texas, Austin it's a city and there's a lot of things in the city. So you can't be driving 137 miles per hour in an area.
150 hard. I don't even know if my car go 150.
I mean, it is utterly ridiculous that is one of the conversations that continues to be had. It's always about,
and it's Georgia.
It's always the Georgia Bulldogs speeding somewhere. And at this point, it goes back to common sense. You know that you're going to get pulled over and have a bad situation. Why is the need for speed so much? I have no idea.
They've had 3 deaths.
Trust me. Goes back to my point. Put a governor on every vehicle that comes out of there that you end up selling to a Georgia Bulldog. You have to figure out a way to get that done. When we come back, we're going to talk NBA playoffs. That's right. It's that time of year. But I want you to hear James Harden. Not talking about me, but let's talk about we. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio. AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Listen to the Craig Way Show with Craig Way.
We visit with Sark here on 1300 The Zone with regard to the wagering thing. Is that among the concerns about what happens with NIL?
Craig, do you remember when the NCAA was going to legalize gambling? Does this sound like a good idea? We're paying the players, so do we think it's a good idea to now let them gamble the money away?
Catch special guests like these and more by listening to the Craig Way Show on AM 1300 The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Checking out the drive this morning over on 290 westbound. I'll take you a few extra minutes making that change from I-35 over to Mopac. On I-35 going southbound, a 7 to 8 minute delay due to stop and go speeds from 45 to 183. And a 10-minute out of your commute going southbound on Mopac, you're slow from Duval over to Enfield Road. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Texas Department of Transportation.
Hey, y'all, this is Post Malone. Back in '86, Stevie Ray Vaughan inspired Texans to take pride in ending roadside litter. Don't Mess with Texas has meant don't litter for 40 years. Let's keep it up.
Brought to you by TxDOT.
Have you figured out your favorite day at the Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock yet? The hottest new sports bar in Texas is great every day, thanks to the Rowdy Cowgirl. An amazing menu of food, drinks, 70 big screen TVs. But Tuesday is Bikinis and Booze Day with all the Texas spirits and beers on special. If you aren't checking out the Rowdy Cowboy every day of the week, well, you're missing out. So saddle up and hit the trail for Rowdy Cowboy in Round Rock on the east side of I-35, just north of the 45 loop.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. What are your rights and responsibilities? Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
Municipal bonds don't get the media coverage the stock market does. But if you're looking for a potential source of tax-free income, now may be the time to consider municipal bonds from Henyon and Walsh. If you have at least $10,000 to invest, call and talk to a tax-free bond specialist at 800-761-9761. We'll send you our exclusive bond guide, free, with details about how bonds may be an important part of your portfolio. Henyon and Walsh has specialized in fixed income and growth solutions for over 35 years and offers high-quality municipal bonds that are tax-free and, according to Moody's research, have been historically low risk. Call today to request your free bond guide. 800-761-9761. That's 800-761-9761. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Income may be subject to state, local, or federal alternative minimum tax. Securities offered by Henning & Walsh, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
Pros, save more on the materials you need to get the job done inside and out at Lowe's. Right now, get 10% off in-stock Trex Naturals decking, now available in more styles. Plus, get 15% off select custom entry, interior, and storm doors. Then, we'll deliver it all straight to your job site to help keep your jobs moving. Get the brands pros trust, priced right, and ready when you need them. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Life after cancer matters. Livestrong is here for survivors and those who love them. More at livestrong.org.
A spring storm system continues moving east today, bringing thunderstorms from the Mississippi Valley into the southeast and mid-Atlantic. Some storms may produce heavy rain, damaging winds, and isolated severe weather during the afternoon and evening hours across parts of the region. Temperatures will vary nationwide. Cleveland reaches the upper 60s, Salt Lake City climbs near 76, and Baltimore tops out around 68 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Farther south, Charlotte warms into the mid-80s, San Antonio reaches the low 90s, and Orlando climbs into the upper 80s, with humid conditions remaining in place through the afternoon. Across the west, weather stays mostly dry and mild from California through the desert southwest under stable conditions. Alaska remains chilly with scattered snow showers, while Hawaii stays warm and breezy with highs in the low to mid-80s, along with passing showers, gusty trade winds, and sunshine. That's your national forecast. I'm Chris Powers.
It's the Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Conversation with Coach Schlossnagle as well. And, of course, Ray Jackson of the Fab Five talking about Wemby and the San Antonio Spurs. Before we get into the playoff game tonight and let you hear from James Harden and himself and what
himself.
Well, yeah, himself. I wanted to talk about this because Major League Baseball, we understand it. It's changed. It's evolved. You got the clock. You got the ABS. You have so many different things that are being tracked. You've got exit velo. You've got swing ratios. You got all kinds of different things. But the one thing that I was always brought up on was being a good hitter. Be a complete hitter at the plate. So Major League Baseball, although it seems to be gaining in popularity, the purists are not as excited about it anymore. And what do I mean by that? The art of hitting is now gone away. It's not what it used to be. In 1998, there were 0 teams that hit under 240, that had a 240 batting average. From 1998 to 2009, no team batted under 240. No team. In 2026, there are 15 teams that are now batting under 240. That's embarrassing to the game of baseball. It's all about your launch angle. It's all about how many home runs you hit. What happened to having teams of 300 hitters? That's when you were truly being judged about your talent and your ability to hit. But the game is set up on failure.
Can I ask you a question? Is this based on the fact that teams are playing small ball more, where they're trying to just lay the ball down, or they're trying to just get on base?
No, this is the batting average is basically guys are going up there and swinging for the fences every single time.
It's the pull ball.
Yeah, it's the shift. It's the, well, I'm not going to work on hitting the ball the other way because that's not why I get paid. I get paid to hit home runs, so I'm just going to go up there and hit home runs.
I've always found it odd with that extreme shift that they do, why players don't adjust and just try to hit for the gaps.
You know why? Because we're hard-headed. We're egotistical.
It's like they're giving it to them.
Yeah, that's what makes me so mad.
You know why?
That's what makes me so
Because we're
mad.
egotistical.
Because, I don't care if they put a shift over there. I'm going to hit it through it. No, they do that because they've scouted you. They know that you're going to hit the ball in this
Take
area.
it back the other way. Surprise them.
Man, it's so disheartening. It's bad.
You know, I'm a big Houston sports fan, Astros fan.
Yep.
There's a guy that used to play for the Astros in the 90s named Tony Eusebio.
Mm-hmm.
Used to go opposite field all the time.
Yep.
I miss that type of hitting. Just, you don't have to pull the ball. You can just go hit the ball where it's pitched and hit it the other way. If you
hit it where they ain't.
Yeah.
No. And the thing about it, too, is a lot of these guys can do that, but they get sucked into the hype of a home run. And it's like, bro, drive the ball in the gap, hit the ball the opposite direction, show that you can play the game and you have back control. Everybody can go up there and just hack. To put it bluntly, if 240 was the average and when I was playing, I'd be in the big league still. I'd be playing because I understand what it's all about. I can hit the ball the other way. You can hit the ball the other way. Some people, as you talked about, they make their money by doing that. So you start to look at the game and you're like, man, what is truly going on that these guys are so wrapped up in the other stuff that they cannot adjust? Chipper Jones batted 300 on both sides of the plate.
Wow.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's different, though.
That's my point, though. But he worked at it because he was a guy that wanted to give up switch hitting. And when we were playing in the minor leagues, he wanted to stop it, but they kept making him work at it. And now look at him. I mean, the thing about it is you got the talent, you have the ability, you made it to the big leagues. You know, it goes back to what Ray Jackson said. Work at your craft. You can't make free throws, go work on shooting free throws. You should be able to do that if you're playing at the elite level. Go and be consistent. And now the teams are looking at these analytics, and it's just like y'all are looking at so many different things that it's not about it. I've talked about this before. I don't care if a guy can throw 100 miles an hour. If he can't throw it over the plate, it really doesn't matter. So how effective is he going to be? But now if he's Mason Miller, then he's going to be okay because he is on fire right now. But let's talk about the NBA. We got a big matchup tonight. The New York Knicks will be hosting the Cleveland Cavaliers one more time. You heard Ray Jackson talk about he wants to see more from Donovan Mitchell, but James Harden wants to see more from his teammates? Huh?
I mean, he made some tough ones. But, obviously we all know he's a great one-on-one player. And, I think anybody on an island, it's going to be difficult. So we got to do a better job of making sure he sees bodies. On the other end, they do a good job of supporting him and helping him when he's on the island. So he made some tough ones, but we got to do a better job as a team just because it's not a one-man job. So, got to be better in that aspect. I think he made a couple of them, which, really got them going.
My back is against the wall. This is not a test. It's the real deal. Help me. Help me.
Somebody needs help. James Harden didn't take not 1 ounce of responsibility for getting
I couldn't
cooked in the
cover.
blender. It got cooked
I
in the
had
blender.
problems staying in front of my man. I gave up 11 consecutive points. He didn't say none of that. Why didn't he, Hart?
Because it ain't. It's about
There's
what's going on.
It's no I in team.
Yep.
I hate that. I hate that sound. People, anytime somebody say that, I want to punch them.
Yeah.
What Kobe say? There's an M and an E.
There is always an M and an E on that. But yeah, you start looking at this entire breakdown of how they've isolated him. The thing that frustrates me the most about the isolation is you can fight through the screens if you really want to try to guard somebody. And I haven't seen him try to guard at all. And it continues to be one of those situations that James Harden, when you talk about barbecue chicken on the post, he is barbecue chicken.
On the perimeter.
On the perimeter. So we'll see what ends up happening. Big day tomorrow. It'll be a feel-good Friday edition of the Morning Kickoff. We'll always talk Texas football. We'll talk Texas basketball and baseball. Softball kicks off as well. So make sure you stay tuned in. The Dan Patrick Show coming up next, followed by Cal Herb. And, of course, you have the Craig Way Show. For Marcus, I'm Hardball Hardge. And just remember this, don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
For over 25 years, BetOnline has been one of the most trusted names in online